I was 23 years old, living the life everyone dreams about. Friday nights at the clubs, designer clothes, makeup tutorials on Instagram. My mom was my best friend. We'd go shopping together every weekend, get our nails done, gossip about everything. She was proud of me, her beautiful daughter who turned heads everywhere she went. Then I met Amira at work. She wore a headscarf. I remember thinking it was strange at first. Why would someone so young cover themselves like that? But there was something about her. She had this peace, this confidence. She didn't need validation from anyone. We became friends. She never preached to me, never told me what to do, but I started noticing things. How she'd step away to pray, how she'd smile, even when customers were rude, how she talked about God like he was actually listening. One day I asked her, "Why do you cover your hair? Doesn't it bother you that people stare?" She laughed. "They stare because they don't understand, but I don't dress for them. I dress for Allah, and honestly, I've never felt more free." Free? That word stuck with me. I thought I was free. Free to wear what I want, do what I want, be with whoever I want. But was I really? Every morning, I spent 2 hours on my appearance, worried about my weight, worried if I looked good enough, worried if guys would notice me. I started asking more questions. Amira gave me a Quran translation. I read it late at night when no one was watching, and something happened. The words spoke to me, not in a mystical way, but in a way that made sense, about purpose, about life, about why we're here. The verse that changed everything: "And tell the believing women to lower their gaze and guard their chastity, and not to reveal their adornments except what normally appears. Let them draw their veils over their chests." I read it over and over. This wasn't about oppression. This was about dignity, about being valued for my mind, my character, my soul, not my body. 3 months later, I took my Shahada. I didn't tell my mom right away. I knew she wouldn't understand. I kept praying in secret, reading Quran when she wasn't home, learning about Islam through YouTube videos with my headphones on. But I knew I couldn't hide forever. The hijab was calling me every day. I'd see Muslim women and feel this pull, this desire to show the world who I really was now, to stop pretending. I decided to tell her on a Sunday morning. She was making coffee in the kitchen. I sat down at the table, my hands shaking. "Mom, I need to talk to you about something important." She smiled. "What is it, honey? You're not pregnant, are you?" She laughed at her own joke. "No, Mom, I've been studying Islam and I've decided to become Muslim." The smile disappeared. The coffee mug froze halfway to her lips. "You what?" "I converted to Islam 3 months ago. I've been learning and praying, and I want to start wearing hijab." She put the mug down. Hard coffee splashed onto the counter. "This is a joke, right? Tell me, this is a joke." "Mom, I'm serious. This is what I believe now. This is who I am." Her face turned red. "Who I am? You're my daughter. You're Sarah. You're not some terrorist." "Mom, that's not what Islam is." "Don't you dare lecture me. I know what Islam is. It's oppression. It's control. Those people brainwashed you." "Nobody brainwashed me. I studied for months, and I made this decision myself." She stood up, her chair scraping loudly against the floor. "That girl at work, Amira, she did this to you, didn't she? I should have known. I should have told you to stay away from her." "Amira didn't force me to do anything. She just answered my questions." "Questions? What questions?" "We raised you Christian. We took you to church, and I'm grateful for that. But Mom, I found something that speaks to my heart. Islam makes sense to me in a way nothing else ever has." She started pacing. "This is insane. You're throwing your life away. What about your career? What about finding a husband? No decent man is going to want you if you're walking around with a tablecloth on your head." Those words cut deep, but I stayed calm. "If a man only wants me for my appearance, he's not decent. I want someone who values me for who I am inside." "Oh, spare me the philosophical nonsense. You're ruining your life." "And for what? Some medieval religion that treats women like property. That's not true, Mom. Islam gave women rights 1,400 years ago, the right to own property, to get an education, to choose their husband. Stop it. Just stop. I don't want to hear this propaganda. Tears started rolling down my cheeks. Why can't you just accept that this makes me happy? Happy, you think covering yourself head to toe is going to make you happy? You think giving up your freedom is going to make you happy? I'm not giving up my freedom. I'm choosing how to use it. She grabbed her purse. I can't do this right now. I can't even look at you. Mom, please? No, you want to be Muslim? Fine, but don't expect me to support it. Don't expect me to watch my daughter throw her life away. She walked out, slammed the door. I sat there in the kitchen crying, surrounded by silence. The next few weeks were torture. She barely spoke to me. When she did, it was cold, distant, like I was a stranger living in her house. I started wearing hijab anyway. The first day, I walked out of my room with my head covered. She looked at me with such disgust, such disappointment. It broke my heart into a million pieces. Take that thing off, she said. No, Mom, this is who I am now. Then you're not my daughter. Those words, I'll never forget them. You're not my daughter. I moved out 2 weeks later. I found a small apartment with another Muslim sister. My mom didn't help me pack, didn't say goodbye, just watched from the window as I loaded boxes into my car. I cried every night for months, prayed that Allah would soften her heart, prayed that she'd understand, but the phone never rang, the text never came. A year passed, then another. I built a new life, found a community of sisters who became my family, got closer to Allah. My faith grew stronger, but the pain of losing my mom never went away. Then one day my phone rang, unknown number. Hello? Silence. Then crying. Mom. Sarah, it's me. My heart stopped. I saw your Instagram. You look so happy, so peaceful. And I realized I've been so wrong. I couldn't speak. Tears were pouring down my face. I was angry because I was scared. Scared of losing you. Scared of what people would think. But I did lose you. I lost you because of my own ignorance and pride. Mom, please let me finish. I've been reading about Islam. Really reading. Not just the headlines. Not just the stereotypes. And I understand now. I understand why you chose this. You do? I don't agree with everything, but I see that it makes you happy, that it gives you purpose. And that's all a mother should want for her daughter. We talked for 3 hours that night. She apologized. I forgave her because that's what Islam taught me. To forgive, to show mercy, to honor your parents, even when they hurt you. 2 months later, she came to visit. She hugged me for the first time in 2 years. She met my friends. She saw how we lived, how we laughed, how we supported each other. As she was leaving, she stopped at the door. You know what, Sarah? You were right. That hijab, it doesn't hide you. It shows exactly who you are. Strong, confident, beautiful. Today, my mom still isn't Muslim, but she respects my choice. She asks questions. She comes to ID celebrations. She even bought me a beautiful prayer mat for my birthday. The relationship isn't perfect, but it's real, it's honest, and it's built on love, not conditions. To every girl out there whose family rejected them for choosing Islam, hold on. Keep praying, keep being the best version of yourself. Sometimes the people who hurt us the most just need time to see the truth. And to every mother who's struggling to accept her daughter's choice, please don't make the same mistake my mom did. Don't let fear and misunderstanding steal precious years you can never get back, because in the end, love is stronger than fear. Truth is stronger than ignorance. And Allah's plan is always better than ours. Alhamdulillah for everything, the pain, the tears, the rejection, because it all led me here to peace, to purpose, to Islam.